Welcome, everybody. Windy City Savage back in the house. You know what time it is. Go ahead, co host, introduce yourself.
It is me, the pointy man, SG3. How y'all doing tonight? Go ahead, host, kick it
You
off.
already know Windy City Savage himself. Alrighty, guys, let's just kick it off. Let's just go straight to the action. All right, so before we talk about that, let's talk about the
So,
masked man being revealed tonight. And I mean, we already heard the rumors. We kind of seen
the
the
silhouette,
specs, the heights,
the muscle.
muscle appearance, I guess everything. It just seemed to be the guy. That we had a theory, and that theory ended up turning true, which would
To
be
be the
Austin
theory.
Theory. Yes, so Austin Theory is real to be the masked man that's been helping the Vision these last couple of weeks, which really was 3 weeks. All right, so he helped out Logan Paul during Rey Mysterio's match, distracted Rey. Logan went for the frog splash, got the win, then stared down Logan Paul, but they both like seemed like they knew each other.
Yeah.
And before that, we did get a promo where Logan did hint that he knew the masked man, and Paul's like, "You know who it is?" And Logan's like, no, like as in like he got caught, like a deer in the headlights. So put it this way, we so CM Punk comes out as
Mhm.
we knew he was going to come out with the chair. He tries to go after Logan and he tries to go after the masked man. They both dip out. And as it looks like Raw was coming to a close, we did get the masked man revealed, pulled off his mask, and to a man that we recognize, and that is Daniel Garcia from AEW.
Yep.
or it better not, Justin Timberlake from the movie Alpha Dog.
Oh,
Dude, I do not know. I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna lie. My first reaction, and I'm being legit, I thought it was Daniel Garcia. Cause I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no way. And then I looked closely, I'm like, it is Theory, but for a
weird
second,
looking theory. Very
yeah,
weird
well,
looking
because his
theory.
hair was shaved off,
He
and
just looked weird though. Like the moment, like the beard was like not as like long as it was. Like you could tell he hasn't done anything to it. Like it just like it's like it's growing back. It looked weird. Like he just looked weird himself. I'm like,
well, I thought AEW invaded WWE because I'm like, no way, we just got Daniel Garcia. But obviously, it wasn't him.
you see, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who thought it.
I don't see it. I see Daniel Garcia. I see Justin Timberlake. I don't see the Miz. I'm sorry, but the
Dude, for me,
Miz.
it was the eyes, like just straight, just the eyes. For me, it was, and then like he took it off. I'm like, dude, it's the Miz, and I was like, oh wait, never mind, it's Austin Theory. All right, cool.
I guess there's not that many guys that stare in the eyes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way, it's a couple comments. Cena's tapping a spine that was closer for him after giving his soul to WWE fans for 23 years. He can now finally take it back and move on to the next chapter of his life. Right call. Thank you, Cena.
Okay. Oh, we're about to argue then today. Then
And
we're about to argue today. Right call. I don't know. Look, we're gonna explain that in a bit, actually. But let's just finish off with the Masked Man.
and at first I thought it was a Miz. Same thing. I thought it was a Miz at first. Honestly, really did think it was a Miz.
But look, when he was revealed, is it not just me? But did he not get any really reaction?
Because no one could tell it was him.
But not even that. But anytime someone gets revealed, even then they give him the. But I think we all knew who this
Well,
man was.
you first just said it was Daniel Garcia. Me and Nick thought it was Miz.
But
So it was confusion.
but
And
even
then it was like, oh, it's Austin Theory.
but dude, we knew for weeks it was just Theory. Like, dude, tell me, did you thought it was gonna be someone else?
No, I mean we knew it was gonna be Theory, but at the end of the day, it was like, oh, okay. And by the way, he said, yeah, these crowds are dead. If you didn't notice it, even when Ray came out, he didn't even get half the pop that he's supposed to get normally. I'm like, yeah, dude, the crowd is just dead.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like they would have gave a better pop. They did get some good pops during the night, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't as great. But even then, man, I mean, not afterwards. I was on the internet. No one looked like they were really shocked. Like no one looked like they were happy. It just seemed like another day, another storyline, another potential storyline that might not lead to nothing.
Listen, I'm gonna go with Nick. If I paid as much as these fans did to be in the arena, I would have reacted. I would have reacted.
I'm sorry, but they
Hell,
just
I reacted from my kitchen table eating.
yeah, but did it really pop like DDP back in the day when he revealed to be the Masked Man? Did it pop? Who else? Who else was the Masked Man? Man, who am I missing? So I got DDP. I know there was someone else. But we get a couple of guys.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali. I think even he had a bigger reaction. It just doesn't seem like no one cares, you know?
It's me, Austin.
Vincent Mann got somewhat of a weird reaction, but I feel like he had more of a reaction. A more of a what the fuck reaction. But I don't even think anyone gave that to what's his name? Theory. Yeah.
It's again, like I said, it's because it was confusion. You didn't know who he was.
I don't think it was confusion, bro, because people were chanting Austin Theory.
At the end, when they like finally settled in, like who it
But
was.
but there was only like 7 guys, really. It wasn't even that much.
I like how you said 7 is not a lot of people. But
7 guys?
Yeah, but I'm still
it was a small crowd that we already knew at the time. But it wasn't much of a reaction. I'm sorry. I looked online. I don't see anyone really popping for this moment. I don't think this is gonna go down of a 2025 holy shit moment of the year.
because we figured who it was. I think if it was anything, it was just the most confusing moment of the year. I'll give him that.
I'm sorry, dude. I just think it was a lame setup. I think they should have waited. It doesn't. Okay, how does this make sense? Why would you do this tonight?
They reacted to Gunther and CM Punk tonight.
Exactly. So they reacted to those guys. They gave Gunther the reaction he needed today, but they didn't give anything to this whole angle tonight. That's my thing. So put it this way: why now, though? Why not done it at Survivor Series? Would have got a better reaction. Why do it tonight? There's a reason why. It's because you're trying to distract of the issue that you had at Saturday night's main event. That's why. Yeah,
Sure.
they should have.
Done that on January 5th at Braun won because of the Masked Man and the reveal.
That would have been a lot better. See, because look, they realized on Saturday they shot themselves on the foot. So instead, fuck, we got to do something to get all this stuff out. An epic Raw tonight, even though he didn't say that. We know that was Triple H's mindset tonight. I think they pulled the trigger too fast. That would have been a better whole reaction, better setup, made more sense for the storyline, and Braun should have won it on January 5th, but I don't think he is now. The
Downing of a
Downing,
new era is what he said.
yeah. I'm starting to get really bored of these new era epic. Are you ready? All these slogans that Triple H is coming up with. It reminds me of Tony Khan.
A cringy Tony Khan.
Yeah, it's starting to get all cringy, everything that he's been saying lately, Triple H. Look, I thought it was lackluster overall. I thought it wasn't a great reveal. Look, did it give me a little shock factor? Yeah, but not enough to really make us happy today. I don't feel like tonight's Raw was that great.
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, I gave it like a C overall. I thought it was okay. I just didn't think it was a Raw that definitely we needed to have for over a bad reaction we got at Saturday night's main event. And let's just talk about that, I guess.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you watched it.
Yep.
We had 4 matches,
As always.
but I'll give them credit here. There's not that many commercials. Everything seemed pretty fast. I thought overall, as far as commercial wise, it was great. It wasn't so many commercials, and I thought that it did its trick. You know, it should have. This is how Saturday night's main event should be. We shouldn't cook to commercials every single time. Let the matches flow, and it did.
2 comments. Actually, 3 comments. Corporate H.
Yup, agreed.
Cena and Gunther felt like a WrestleMania match. It really did, though. It really, really did. Excuse me. And then Gunther B28. Oh, excuse me, B28. Hi, chat. What's up, man?
Gunther, huh?
Gunther B28. All right, cool.
We got a Gunther fan.
We got a Gunther fan. Hey, listen, dude. I'll say one thing. Me wrestling wise, technical wise, Gunther is an animal. To do everything at his height and his weight, he should not do the stuff he does. But hey, he always finds like a deeper niche than what he's supposed to.
Okay, so let's talk about this then. All right, so let's just go over the card real quick. Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi had potential to be the match of the night,
I did.
but it didn't. Not even close.
I
Because
think they cut it way too soon. And when it was starting to pick up at least a little bit of steam, that's when Drew came in.
what was the point? Why can't you just give, for once, give the News Rising strong? Look, it's not like,
That dude is huge. Holy shit.
but it's not like Obafemi doesn't look the part. He looks the part. He's ready. But instead, we'll play it safe, interference. And the crowd, what did the crowd do? Booed, booed, and booed. And what did the crowd say when Cody and Obafemi locked eyes to one another? Keep going.
Yeah.
Did they? No, obviously not, because they don't want to do it, play the risk, have the new Rising Star go over, have a win. Instead, play it safe. What do we got?
2 comments. Drew needed to help Oba win, not cause a no contest. 1. 2. Corporate H strikes again with playing it safe. Funny.
It was a boring match. Honestly, it had potential to be great. We had another for a disappointing match, the starter of all things, man. That we should have known. That kind of would set the tone how things might have could have come at that point, but not the best match for a Saturday night's main event.
So I get it. I get your point. But you know me, I'm gonna look at the other side.
No,
And
no,
I feel-
no, no,
I
no. Don't
feel
look
that-
at corporate. You do not work at WWE. Don't give me that
just look
shit.
at corporate, you know, because
Oh my
gotta
god,
do what's best for
dude.
business.
Oh, fuck out of here with that shit. Don't give me that corporate. Give me the fan you. Who do you? Okay, fine. If it wasn't for Oba, would you want Cody to win? Fuck it. I'll even give you that. I'd rather have Cody Rhodes fucking winning. But give me a solid W. One or the other.
Not even that, dude. I mean, me personally, when I saw Oba come out, because I haven't watched NXT in a while. When I saw Oba come out, I looked at my girl and I said, baby, he's fucking huge. Like his shoulders literally the size of Cody's head, which is huge. That's number 1. Number 2, he's a giant. Dude is huge. Like just in general, the man is huge. I would have liked a little bit more of a struggle. If I was to go back and put like a little match, you know, kind of like a little match, I would have gone Cody versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble. That kind of match, that kind of back and forth. And they were starting to pick it up. You know, Oba did the European uppercut outside, causing the cut and everything. So it was like starting to pick up a little bit of steam there. But then it's like you cut it too short. You would have had like them kind of like super exasperated, sweating, starting to like really breathe it out. But I feel like WWE had to cut it short to let Cena have the moment. Because, dude, one thing I noticed about Peacock, they're strict on time. They'll give you 2 hours and that's it. You're done.
Well, it was reported that was not the case, that they were allowed to go over since they were on NBC that night.
Okay.
Yeah, so since it was on Peacock, they were allowed to go over. But if it was broadcasting on NBC, which it wasn't, they were allowed to go extra time. Because it kind of did, if you notice. It did go a little extra over the 9 o'clock, schedule. So it wasn't too bad. But I just think this is one of those things where Triple H was like, I got to play it safe, man. I got to be bored to the fans and all.
Oba could surpass Braun Breaker and a WrestleMania main eventer quicker. That's true. He can. He does have, like, I haven't heard him speak, but just wrestling wise, he's fantastic. The crowd even sang along to his theme. He's a bona fide main eventer.
Well, yeah, everybody knows his theme and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, he has potential, but once again, WWE is not going forward with this. All right. On to the next one. And that would be Bayley versus Sol Ruka. It was a good match. It was a great match. I feel like Bayley is the new Natalia, as in she's now jobbing to these new up and comers. So let's bring someone up to the main roster. What do? Let's have Bayley job them out. Unfortunately, I feel like Bayley's situation right now in WWE, which is kind of, but it is what it is.
She got slapped today by Lyra Valkyria,
which was nice storyline. Actually, I kind of liked that. I seen it and I thought, I like this direction. I like that they still keep going with the crazy Bayley and, still having this moment together.
And then Bayley slapped Lyra back. And then Lyra was like, yeah, I hyped her up.
So put it this way. I know how Sol Ruka wrestles. I know this was going to be a good match. I knew she was going to get over with the fans and all. So I liked it. I enjoyed the match. I'd give it about a solid B. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is this. And this is my wrestling psychology, is that you're feeling like you're Supergirl in here, which is fine. But do we keep that momentum going the whole time with other matches in the future? You're on the main roster. You're not at NXT anymore. You know what I mean? You have to learn how to sell at some point. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know, you can't just be super Ruka for the whole match. I love her wrestling style. Don't get me wrong. I love how acrobatic she is. I love her finisher. I mean, she is amazing. She won the crowd over that night. Because I guarantee you there was a lot of people who didn't really watch her wrestle. And that night where there were first introductions, because there was a lot of OG John Cena's fans,
Hmm.
and they were like, "Oh shit!" Because every time she captured Bailey one of those acrobatic moves, it won the fans over.
Yeah.
I was watching it with a couple of friends, and they don't know who the hell Sol Ruka was, but when they watched it, they were like, "Oh fuck!" Like this girl's awesome, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, she's great." But my only issue is the psychology wrestling. She does have to eventually learn how to sell better. We got a couple of comments.
Okay. Well, Nick, all these comments. He held his own against Cody on SmackDown on the mic.
Yep.
I've never seen Soul wrestle. Seeing her wrestle Bailey got me excited. Soul is a star.
I give her that. She is a potential star. Hopefully, if she's done right.
Yeah.
Cross our fingers, guys.
So a lot of casuals tuned into Saturday's main event because of Cena's last match. So
Yep.
every match on the card needed to wow them so they can get new fans.
So
Agree.
this card, the first one had the potential to wow us. Fall short. This one did its magic. And like I said, I was watching it with casual fans who were only watching it because of Cena's last match. And they were really wowed by Sol Ruka's performance. They knew who Bailey was, but when they saw Sol Ruka and how she performed, it was amazing. Like I said, potential to be the star. Now let's just see what WWE does on forward with her on the main roster.
She
So
get knocked down to, and no, she's not an NXT anymore. No, she's back to she's WWE
SmackDown.
because yeah,
Yeah.
because they were saying Soul Ruka and NXT and stuff like that. I've never seen Leon Slater wrestle either, and they wowed me.
Oh yeah, yeah. So let's talk about the next match. All right. So we have Leon Slater with what's his name? The other guy.
Sugar something Evans.
Evans, yeah. Javon Evans, sorry. I was dropping the ball there. So Javon Evans, Leon Slater against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, or as I call him, AJ Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So look, this was actually a pretty good match. So the funny part is it lasted only close to 7 minutes. But didn't feel that way though. It was so much action, so much storytelling between all four of them.
Even with AJ botching.
But that's the thing. AJ botching, we seen it live, but he made it look like they all were smart enough. And for the other side, the younger talent, they were smart enough to go for the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to cover and to make it look like it was part of the act.
Yeah.
We know there was a botch, but they were quick to recover, veteran moves on all four guys.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats to them. Honestly, that's really hard to cover, and they did well. Honestly, this whole match right here was amazing. I thought it was great. I thought we could have used a little longer, like maybe give it 10, 15 minutes. I don't think anyone would have complained. It was a great tag team match. We did have AJ and Dragon Lee, win against, against Evans and what's his name? Now I'm forgetting the other guy. Slater, yeah. What do you think overall?
It was good, man. I like the fact that they're still having, AJ and Dragon Lee win. So it's a good little momentum booster, but also though this puts the eyes on TNA, who's now moving to AMC. It helps her because that's literally what they said. They're coming from TNA. They're the tag team champs over there. They decided to challenge, and we're going to go forward with it. So it definitely puts a little bit more eyes on the product because it's like if these guys can do this here, what can they do over there?
Yeah, it gives them help. But did anyone think that TNA was going to go over?
Of course not.
No. Yeah, no, there was no way. Overall, another solid performance, another match, thumbs up in my opinion. All right, on to the main event. But before that, we had a little promo.
Yes, we did.
We had the Miz come out. We had the Miz cut of my, promo until R-Truth or Ron Cena came out and told Miz, "You cheated," you know, you weren't supposed. You got the wrong balls, or what did he say? What was the
I
catchphrase?
forgot something.
You picked the wrong balls.
Something like that.
Yeah, and he showed, you know, and it said, you know, he showed him what it was supposed to be. Miz read it and said, Joe Henry? Out comes Joe Henry out of nowhere. And there was a lot of the reason why they did this is because there was a lot of rumors that he was supposed to be part of the tournament. And who knows what happened. Maybe they just didn't want him in, but they kind of gave this to the fans as like a little wink, like, look, I know you expected him, so here you go. We'll give you tonight, actually. So it was a little nod and a wink to the fans. Is like, you know, maybe he didn't show up in the tournament, but here he is. Showed up. Him and Ron went at it with the Miz.
They
Did a
did the
little
final shuffle.
fine knuckle shuffle, finished it off, and you know, did the pose, and there we go. You know, I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a feel good moment.
Fun little entertainment thing, you know?
Yeah.
Couple things though. Here's a couple things. AJ Styles made the botch look like it was planned. Yes, he did.
He veteran moves on all part.
And
which,
again,
yeah,
it's like because you've seen those botches happen when the wrestler's like, "What am I supposed to do?" So it's like that ruins the moment of the match. But this guy literally just went on. All right, cool. Let me just go ahead and pin you, cover you, and then boom, gives enough time for AJ to recover
yeah,
and do the Styles clash, then move forward and just keep going with it. So it's a fantastic veteran move, regardless of their age.
yeah.
Fantastic veteran move.
Old and young, by the way.
Literally, yes. I'll be the minority here. I despise Joe Henry's character.
Look, I like Joe Henry.
Do you not believe in Joe Henry? Is that it, Nick? You just do not believe in Joe Henry?
Maybe if you say his name, he'll shall appear. Look, okay, there's a such thing as too much gimmick, and if WWE keeps putting this every single time and making him more of a joke, just kind of like R-Truth, yeah, it could be overplayed. All right, it can be overplayed, but let's hope not. You know, I like Joe Henry. I think he's gonna go over well. I think he should belong in the main roster.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they still have him in NXT, but hey, I mean, they're planning something eventually, so we'll see.
It's kind of cringy to me.
Okay, well, to each of their own. All right. All right.
Because he just doesn't believe.
I don't think he does believe, but he'll believe one day.
He'll believe it one day.
We have faith. So let's go on to the final match.
Maybe for little kids. Wow.
I don't think we're that young.
I don't think so either.
No.
My birthday's on Saturday, for God's sakes.
Maybe he's older, but you know.
Still.
Yeah. So put it this way: we got John Cena's final match, retirement match. We did get some promos. We did get some appearances. We did see Rob Van Dam. We saw Kevin Owens. We saw Perk Angle.
Yeah.
We saw
Michelle McCool.
We saw what's her name? The other one. We saw so many celebrities out there too.
Eve Torres.
Sami
Zayn.
We saw so many people. It was just weird, you know. I wish 09 Orton was still around to take care of Joe Henry.
A punt.
I mean, he took care of him in WrestleMania.
But no, he didn't give him a punt though. It's not the same thing.
I mean, he finished his career pretty quick in WWE at the time.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's why they brought him down to NXT.
Yep. But overall, look, promos, Stephanie McMahon showed up.
Yeah.
And was kind of like, if you not noticed, like they gave her the credit, like as in, yeah, you kind of found John Cena, you know, in live air, which is true.
It was more like you gave him the moment to make him credible.
Well, she, the one that went to Vince, is like, you got to put this guy with this rap gimmick on air. He vouched for Cena and made Cena. If it wasn't for that, yes. But the thing is, we knew this for years. The internet knew this.
Yeah.
But it was never said on air. The fact that it was, I thought it was kind of a shot. Like, as in, not in a bad way, but a kind of a shot at the, at Vince. Like, yeah, if it wasn't for me, you would never have this guy blow up the way he did, thanks to me. So I thought that was funny in a way. We had promos. We had emotional. Get ready for the final one. We had Gunther show up. Get some boos. Obviously, he's the heel.
A lot of boos.
All right. And then we got John Cena, the man himself, come out, do his final run, give Stu the cameraman the final nod, even gave him a little spotlight on the camera.
And Stu was the one that returned it. Righty, John?
Yeah. Honestly, it was great. did his run down the ring. And as far as the match was, it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good. I thought that they both pulled all
All the
their move
cards.
sets,
All the
everything
cards.
back and forth. We got the old submissions from John Cena. We got
Mm-hmm.
the FUs, five knuckle shuffle
STFU.
twice. I mean, well, the second attempt actually, but
That was 3 times that he tried it.
I think it was three, right?
It was
Yeah,
3 because 2
yeah,
he hit. So actually, I think it was 4 because he hit 2 and missed 2.
yeah. He tried to go
Because
for it a couple.
the last 2, one he got up and he got him in a boot, and then the other one he just got up or something. I forgot, but it was either 2 or 3 or 4 for sure.
Then he even hit the Super AA.
Uh-huh.
That was crazy. I didn't think they were gonna do that actually.
A on the table.
A on the table as well.
Technically should have been disqualification, but there's none because it's John Cena's last match, so it doesn't matter.
Well, they hit it on the announce table.
So-
It never is a disqualification if it's on
For some
announce
reason.
table. But that's how WWE gimmicks is. So overall, the match was good. Now here comes the controversy.
Firstly, though, comment. I really wish they had Jesse the Body Ventura on commentary.
Did you not hear his pre Saturday night's main event where they were talking about John Cena and Big E was giving him credit, like it's in always never seen 17. And Jesse Ventura was like, yeah, but as he won 17, he's also lost it 17. There's a reason why you don't want the guy on TV. Look, and I like Jesse though. I like Jesse on commentary, but he's not on WWE standard. I'm sorry. I'm saying this as corporate wise. He's just not on their level. I mean, he's too real. I love him. I think he's great on commentary, but WWE doesn't want him, especially for that. I'm at least happy that they brought him in for this. It was nice to see him.
Couple more. Should they have had color in this match? Can you imagine Cena tapping with blood pouring from his face? Oh my God. Oh, just in commentary for the entire show. Also, basically saying not just the pre-show, but like on the whole show. That's what we would
Yeah.
love to see. Yeah, I love Jesse for that. WWE can't handle 80s heels anymore. LOL. And that's true. They can't.
No color. There's too many John Cena fans and kids. In the PG era, it wasn't his thing, We did have Cena bleed before.
I was just saying, how many times has he bled? Because I know he's tapped 5 with Saturday, but he's bled what? 4 or 5 times? He hasn't bled a lot in his matches.
He bled a lot early in his careers when it was before they went to the PG era, but not so many afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of times he tapped out before he got into the never give up attitude.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, but overall, look, the ending. Let's talk about this. The ending itself. All right, so we have. All right, let's start with you. Give me your opinion, and then we'll just go off of there.
So, go off of my opinion, go off of my girl's opinion, because my girl also gave her opinion.
Go off to all you guys, I guess.
So it's just only me and her who watched it.
Yeah.
So she was like, "This is getting me frustrated seeing him just keep going for the sleeper. Cena kick out of it. She was already starting to cheer. She's not a real fan like that, but she was getting into it. She was like, "Cena kick out, come on!" When she saw him tap, she was like she couldn't believe it herself. That's one. 2, I'm not gonna deny it, dude. I was not a fan of Cena growing up. You know this. We went to WrestleMania 22. I was part of the fans that chanted "F you, Cena." But seeing this happen on Saturday, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I bawled my eyes out. I cried. I was like, damn, it sucks to see this.
Okay.
23 years in the business, but honestly, though, man, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for making WWE and wrestling fun while you were here. You carried an industry that was basically almost dead and brought it back to life just with some of the stuff you did. Appreciate you for everything that you did. I liked it though, and I'm gonna go with Nick. It was a WrestleMania kind of match. It had you on the edge of your seat. I was crashing out a couple times. I was sitting there like, come on, Cena just did an avalanche AA, did an AA, did an STFU, did an AA on the table. He's done so much. Like, damn, come on, keep going. And it's like at the end when Gunther kept going for the sleeper after sleeper after sleeper, and you will see like the little glimpse of Super Cena. It was even just better. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I felt like a kid again. I felt like a kid. It was a piece of me that was like, damn it, I hit him. But in the end, it's like, come on, keep fighting, keep going. And then when he tapped, it was like, I looked at her and she said, why did he tap? And I said, it was the right call for what has been going on with Gunther.
That's where I disagree. Look, the way he tapped, the way he smiled in the camera and tapped out, I'm sorry, it seemed cringe. It seemed not emotional towards the ending. It just felt lackluster. And look, if you guys agree with that, that's your own opinion because we have a lot of mixed opinions here.
Yeah.
But 19,000 fans in attendance, they all booed. They all booed loudly for a reason. They all paid good money to see their hero go out. And I'm gonna put it this way: I don't think they were mad to the fact that he didn't win. I think they were mad at the fact the way he lost.
A lot of fans have voiced both, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but they voiced both. They said they wanted to see him win one, like he should have won. It's the last match. You guys should have let him leave on top of the mountain with a victory. One. Two, though, I've also seen where people have said, we didn't think it was going to tap. We thought he was going to be put to sleep.
Which would have made better sense storyline though, because this man whole gimmick is never give up. And you have so many kids in attendance. You have done so many make a wish. And to see your hero smile, I get it though. I get the storyline they were going for. I get that this was Cena's idea. The issue is though, sometimes as the promoter, you got to step in and be like, look, I get it, but we got to do what's best here for the fans. The fans all paid thousands of dollars. So some of these tickets, I think early on, were going for $400 a piece, up to $750 towards the end. People paid thousands. I saw the pre-show. People were coming from all over the world to go see Cena wrestle. They all, bro, they all booed. Did you hear any cheers during the end? It was a shock factor. And I'll give WWE credit. It was a shock factor. But in the end of the day, I'm sorry. I just don't think it was right for business. I still don't think so. Look, it would have made more sense if you had the guy pass out. You know, he would have gave it all his best, just couldn't do it. And even then, dude, the way he went out, it seemed like it was kind of rushed. It was kind of lackluster. Like we could have gave another 5 more minutes. We could have done a little bit more, like Gunther grabbing him, power bombing him, be like, you had enough? And go in again. Doesn't want to tap out. Another power bomb. You had enough? No, beating him up. Being that monster that he should have been, like that Brock Lesnar versus Cena at SummerSlam. It could have been that way.
Even though he gave him 16 suplexes?
Exactly.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you want that though? Why don't you want to be the man who beat up John Cena down and try to make him tap? And if Cena would have passed out, it would have made more sense because Gunther still could have went out and said, you know what? I still made him tap. He still quit. You know, he still made, he still tap out in my opinion.
But now let me ask you a question though. Would he have gotten as much heat as he's getting right now?
That's debatable.
So you see, you want him to have heat right now more than anything. You want him to have. So remember Roman when he made Undertaker retire?
But did he make him tap?
No. When he made him retire, how much of the next night, how much did he say? He didn't say much. All he said, it's my yard now, because he couldn't talk. Same thing happened tonight with Gunther. And that's why, dude, they did this in a smart business way. By the way, we got 4 comments. Hold on. Firstly, I feel like Cena tapped out because he was like, if I do this, it's all good. It's all over anyway, so I'm going to tap. There's no harm here. And he tapped. Austin said he had a smile and a sign of relief when The Rock pinned him at WrestleMania 19. When these big stars retire, they always have the sign of relief in their final match because now they get to go home.
But Austin, that wasn't his retirement match. His retirement match when he came back and fought Kevin Owens, and he went over Kevin Owens.
And then
there's another thing. You don't. The whole concept of putting someone over is a lie, because throughout the years we had legends come out of retirement and go over. Case in point, Austin versus Kevin Owens. Austin's final match. What happened? He went over. Undertaker versus AJ Styles at the Boneyard match. What happened? Taker went over. Ric Flair.
That man's come out of retirement so many damn times. Please don't use that
No,
name
but he did go over, and people paid.
multiple times.
But people paid at his final match, paid so much money, and actually it did well for the gate, for the little gate. It did well, and he almost had a fucking heart attack during the match, but he went over. Everybody had that feel good moment. So for Triple H to say it's what's best for business is a lie.
Hold on, couple more
Okay.
comments. If he passed out, the fans hold on. Well, sorry, I skipped one. I mean, they got the money's worth. That was a WrestleMania level main event. I agree with him. It really was. Next one. If he passed out, the fans wouldn't have had closure because they would say they'd be like, "Well, Cena needs to have another match because he did not really lose."
I don't agree with that. I don't.
I do though.
I don't. But that's your guys' opinion. I just don't. I'm sorry. I do think that would have been closure, as in, look, I gave it all my best. I have nothing to give. I don't want to give up. This is for you guys. I'm out. Black's out. That's it. What else?
And Cena wants closure for himself. Okay, yeah, he's gonna closure for himself. He really does not want to continue wrestling, so there is no coming back after tapping out. Cena really wants this to be it. No Saudi money is bringing him back. And then there was Kurt Angle. LOL.
So look, look, see, here's the thing. Okay, so what's best for business? All right, so let me tell you something. Kurt Angle was another situation. His retirement match wasn't well liked, wasn't it? Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
My point is, dude, some of these retirement matches don't always hit. But look, there's a reason why there's so much big reaction. Because in the end of the day, this was mixed for a reason. There was a lot of people that didn't like the finishing. Now, let me ask you guys something. Let me throw you a couple retirement matches.
Hold on. Did Kurt Angle pick Baron Corbin? No. That was Vince. And he said, I want Cena. That's who Kurt wanted. But Vince said, if you want Cena, you have to give me another year. Kurt said, I don't have another year. I'm done after Corbin.
Okay. So let me give you this. Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. The match that was supposed to be Flair's last match. When it happened, though, did anyone complain? When Ric Flair went out on his knees, begging for Shawn to give me the last kick. No, nobody complained because it was a well-told story from start to finish. Not only that, but for weeks. If you remember that storyline,
the year,
well, the year, it was building. But if you remember the month that it started, you had the whole gimmick of Shawn calling Ric Flair Old Yeller.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good feel moment because that was the perfect ending for both men. And then we send Flair off to the sun on Monday Night Raw.
Go to TNA.
Well, the point is, though, nobody complained during that time. We didn't have nothing to complain. Same thing goes for the next retirement match, which would be AJ versus Undertaker, Boneyard. It was, even though it was cinematic, it was such a good feel moment that no one had nothing to complain about if it was Taker's last match. Oh, he went over AJ Styles. It doesn't matter. They gave the fans what they want. That's the whole point, is to give the fans what you want. That's why you have such a mix, because a lot of the people, especially the ones that attended, didn't get their money's worth, they felt like. And when you're paying so much money to attend these events, and you're basically sticking up to the fans and says, we don't care, because we're going to go down to what Triple H said afterwards in the post show. But what's another one? Who else retired?
Hogan.
Oh,
Hogan
never retired, though.
In 2005.
Well, he never had an official retirement. Not even then. That wasn't an official retirement. That was more of goodbye. We'll see you next time. That he left in bad terms with WWE. Anyways, we got another comment, by the way.
I guess they're going for the same effect Brock Lesnar had when he ended the Taker streak. That's why they are doing with Gunther.
Only time would tell. So in a year, we could come back to this and we could be like, did it work? Only time would tell. But with casual fans, so I was watching this with casual fans, guys who don't really watch the product. They all gave me, look, I like Gunther. I do. I have no disagreement that he should have been Cena's final opponent. But they all gave me like, why this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Compared to Brock Lesnar, though. compared to a Braun Breaker. They knew who Braun Breaker was, but like at the same time though, you're trying to feed this to casual fans. Also don't think Gunther needed the rub. I think he's already well established, but I feel like this is the start of him being the legend killer. Another stolen gimmick, by the way.
Yeah, by
Because
Batista.
guess what? He gave that whole "you can't see me" to AJ Styles when AJ Styles was posting up in his car today. That gives you a wink that AJ might be next. This might be the list of, guess what? We got AJ, we got Brock, and we got Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, or maybe they'll say that for Dom, which I think is much more needed.
That is.
But I just don't think he needed the nod. I just don't. I think you could have put a Braun Breaker. I think he would have done well with this. You could have put an Obafemi. But here's another thing. Keyword with you build a storyline with Sean and Rick. You had nothing to build with Gunther and John Cena for weeks. Once again, WWE dropped the ball by not giving Cena more dates, where he even said, I could work more dates. Now we only need it for 39. Guess what? There was no storyline. You had a few promos from Gunther, but Cena wasn't there. There's nothing. You build a lackluster storyline as well. Again, Cena's whole retirement tour fumbled. I saw I saw a report on Bleacher Report that they gave Cena's whole retirement an F. Their whole year. I don't agree with that. I think that's too much. I give it a C. And maybe just because it's my boy. But that's the thing though. If you ask yourself though, do we had some good moments? We did. We're not gonna say that the whole heel turn wasn't a great thing.
He turned heel.
It was great.
Turn face. We're here.
Yeah.
Won the IC title to become finally a Grand Slam champion. And we're here.
But we had some good matches, but we just didn't have any good storyline. What else we got?
Couple more comments. I guess they're going. Yeah, we already say. Oh yeah, we did. We're going the same. He said Batista's retirement match. Neither did Brock Lesnar need the rub.
I agree with that. Cena. We're talking about Cena versus Lesnar.
I think Cena versus Lesnar. Lesnar versus Taker. One of the two.
Lesnar versus Taker. Lesnar needed that rub.
Why?
Because at the time they were burying him. Remember? This was before Cena versus Brock, by the way. Before Brock beat the shit out of John Cena at SummerSlam. This was when they had Lesnar come out, return, had John Cena beat him right away. I think he had another feud, and he did not look like that monster once again. But when he beat Taker, no one had. So here's the thing. No one had Brock winning. We look over that. That was not that much storyline. There was a couple of good storylines, but we all had Taker. Well, this is another mark. And then the shock value. That was a true shock value.
So hold on, wait. So to add to your thing though, what you just said there. So you're saying Lesnar didn't need the rub because he was losing, right?
Yes.
Okay. This year alone, Tap to J, which he was being told the entire time, the whole year, you tapped out multiple times percent to Gunther, lost to Punk, and then had his whole nose thing. So it's like it's been just loss after loss.
But then again, he did win the title. He did beat Goldberg. He did retire Goldberg. So we already gave him some of the rub.
But now at this point, you gave him some rub, but you're still on the you tapped out.
That's one of those things that
at this point it's like you still had fans like just so caught up with it. Because remember, we were calling Lesnar something when he came back and Cena punched him with the chain. What we called him something? There was something that was being said to him, like either Cena's bitch or something like that. Like it was something like
was it? I don't remember that.
Because Cena just beat him, and they were like, "Yeah, you lost to Cena, whatever." He lost it. He beat Taker. Silence.
Okay,
so I see where Nick's coming from. Where it's now, you know what? You've been hearing you tapped out for 9 months, actually 8 months now. You've been hearing you tapped out. All of a sudden now, It's just a solid boo.
I mean, did he not get you tapped out during Cena's match?
But I'm
Too?
saying after
Yeah.
that though, it's been just a straight boo,
Well,
and
we're only
Gunther's been
one day.
it has been two because it happened the day of, and then tonight.
But that's
That's
only you can't really say it's not going to happen. I guarantee you they're going to say you tapped out.
I feel like for right now, as long as if they keep booking him right, you're going to start hearing just more boo. Oh, I didn't hear that
That's
part.
what I'm saying. I think we're jumping the gun here. I think they are going to still say you. I think I remember hearing that you tapped out. Like I said, that's not going to go away. The fans are brutal, man. The point is, though, I don't think Gunther needed that rub. I think he was doing just fine. You still won the champion this year, and you still retired Bill Goldberg. And yet he was still having some bangers of matches. I don't think he was doing as bad as Lesnar did during that year, where nobody had Lesnar beating Taker. We knew Gunther was going to beat John Cena at Saturday Night's main event. Nobody and their mama had Brock winning the streak that night. Let's be real. There was no chance in hell
We
that
didn't
that
have
was
Roman beating the streak.
Roman didn't beat the streak. It was the streak was already broken.
Oh, it's just Taker got a concussion there. The match is why.
But no, that was already it was already called. They said that it was already a thing that Taker said that he wanted to do was put Brock over that night. It was already a done deal. So the point is, dude, it's just not the same level because we knew Gunther was gonna win. We did not know Brock was gonna win that night. What else we got? If
Couple
Cena,
things. So as Michael as Michael Cole said, pro wrestling destroyed sports entertainment. Gunther is the future this company wants.
so I like that he brought that point up because the thing is, remember that line? That's this whole new era that the wrestler kills sports entertainment. So now they're going to identify more as wrestlers instead of sports entertainment because they're trying to get away from the old, we're just sports entertainers, the whole Vince gimmick.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a jab Triple H to the whole Vince thing. But that's Triple H coming into his new era now. Now that Cena's gone, these are real wrestlers. In his eyes, what I'm saying. What else we got?
WWE needs to go back to 23-24 in terms of the way they are going to book 2026 because 2025 was all about Cena. Now Cena's no longer here, so maybe Gunther might carry 2026.
I believe so. But I don't know, man. Do you want to see him retire AJ Styles next? That's what they're aiming for.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you want to see him retire Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton?
I hope they do. I hope Dom gets that nod.
Brock Lesnar. I feel
like that's gonna be the match: Brock versus Gunther.
I understand that one, but
Beast versus Beast.
I don't understand him taking over everything, man. Like, I feel like there's too many guys on that roster to get more of the rub. It would have benefited them more,
I mean, look, if we were to do one, I would say Braun Breaker versus Brock. That's a fair, legit last match because that's the passing of the torch. Oba Femi may be even good against AJ Styles.
I would have
because AJ always did better against the big guys.
Yeah, but I would have Oba Femi really go against Brock because that guy looked like the part. Braun is already pretty much going to be solidified. He could go over some other guy, but I would have Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. It makes more sense now. Now that, dude, Gunther already retired Goldberg, retired Cena. What is the point of wasting this rub when we could throw it on someone new? Yeah. Another monster.
So, a couple more things. When they chanted, you tapped out tonight on Raw, though. Fans were pissed, so they chanted, you tapped out. If Cena won every match this year, then the Gunther win would have felt even bigger.
Yep.
Gunther doesn't need to chop it up with only the kid. What's up, kid? Gunther doesn't need to retire anyone else. Gunther just needs to run with his heat. And then last but not least, hopefully we see Scott Steiner on TV soon based on the comments from CM Punk tonight. I just add it to your comment.
Yeah, we saw that. And we also saw Braun Breaker comment towards the end when he beat up CM Punk. You ever talk about my family again, you're going to regret it. It's kind of a nice touch how CM Punk did mention Scott and his dad, Rick Steiner. Look, like I said, dude, it was just bad storytelling throughout the whole years. This is the whole issue of this whole Triple H era, 2025. Bad storyline. None of the Cena thing made sense. He even said he could work more dates. They rejected. This whole Gunther versus Cena felt lackluster. The match itself was going well. The ending is just my whole issue. The ending is controversial. Here's the thing. When is the last time you remember a retirement match being this controversial? Besides Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. It's been a while. Take Sting across the other side. His retirement match. Okay, put it this way. He wanted to have the younger talents go over. He wanted to do it the right way. It was Tony Khan and the Young Bucks that said, no, we don't have to do it that way. That's the old traditions. But dude, this house sold out because of you. All these fans came because of you. Let's give them what they want. Have you go over. Have you go over with the titles into the sunset. And they did. And do we not credit that as being one of the best retirement matches of all time? I'm saying in my opinion. He went over. He went as champion. That whole house sold out because of Sting. They even broke a record that time. And I think it was like one of their highest PLEs during the time.
I know we watched it.
But wasn't it a good feel moment? Did we had any complaints? Did we say, oh, we should have put the young guys over? But we didn't. Nobody did. So
except with Darby Allin did. Holy cow.
Yeah, but my point is, it was best for business. It really was, to give the fans what they want. Sometimes that's what you have to do. And if not, I felt like him passing out would have made more sense. Because at that point, you kind of just tell, well, guess what, kids? You go fuck yourself. Your big hero just tapped out. The wrestlers beat the sports entertainment. Woo-hoo, cry me a river. We gotta, I don't know, my opinion, but
Nick, hopefully we see Scott Steiner on TV soon. Big Papa Pump. Holla if you hear me. All right, I had to do it. AEW did right with Sting. Tony the Kid said agreed. Facts.
So, look, I'm not saying that Gunther going over wasn't best for business. I could see that. I agree with that. But at the same time, sometimes you do have to go what the house wants. And 19,000 fans. I think they broke a fucking record how much money they made in that stadium.
Literally.
When you're charging $400 per ticket to 750, thousands of dollars, your fans reacted for a reason that way because they didn't like the product.
Was there too, man. I missed that guy on the TV.
Who?
I'm glad he's back. The green shirt guy. I'm glad he's back.
He's been back for a while.
I know. I'm saying I'm glad he's back for seeing his last match.
Yeah. So my point is, though, I think they have every right to complain. And let's go to the ending. Cena lost. Cena stands there in the middle of the ring. But now we did get a silence, but instead of the fans clapping, cheering, what do we get?
Boos.
Boo. Bullshit. 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 Dude, when is the last time you heard that in a retirement match?
Years.
Two more things that came out too. Terry Funk went over in his last match. Dory Funk went over in his last match. This whole you got to go out on your back tradition is bullshit too, by the way. We got another comment before we go more.
Is it just me? It wasn't nice to see WWE on Peacock. It really was, though.
your last time, by the way, because by the end of the month, everything is gone. Even the highlights, all that stuff. The old Raw is gone completely. There's no word that it's going to be on Netflix or it's going to land on. It's just disappearing. Scary. This is why sometimes physical media matters, because at least you'll have it in your hands. But that's streaming for you. So like I said,
sucks.
Tony the Kid. Yeah, I agree. No, I definitely agree, Tony the Kid. So here's the issue. Dude, that reaction on probably the biggest night of WWE's night of the 2025, like not him getting booed, but the results getting booed. And then we have Triple H and with Stephanie McMahon all coming out. And once the crowd sees Triple H leading, they boo even heavily more towards him. And I don't know if you noticed, but Triple H looked back like
are they saying boo or boo words?
They were like, who the fuck we brought out here, man? Who they booing out there? He looked like we brought a heel out.
Shawn Michaels was having a blast. He really was.
Yeah, he was funny, man. I mean, look, we got all the legends, everybody, all the wrestlers coming out. It was a nice moment, but the crowd just went heavy on Triple H.
It got more when he went into the top of the ring of
But
the apron
okay, so you notice one thing before that. So we had CM Punk
and
champion
Cody.
and Cody Rhodes champion. Gonna give Cena the send off. It's like one more time, hold these two belts out. You're the real champ.
But you saw what Punk did. Go the lap, do the lap, do the lap around.
But I don't know about you, but didn't it seem like Cena was kind of like a little bit uncomfortable with that?
Cena wanted to cry.
I don't know.
No, dude, you could tell Cena helped it in because you could tell like he was looking like, damn.
I
And you know
don't.
why? 20 years ago, he did the same thing to Hogan.
Yeah, but I don't think that was it, dude. I think because I didn't see him cry throughout the whole time. Not even
No,
teardrop.
he teared up a few times. He teared up at the beginning and in the tribute video.
I only saw him this. The only time I seen him really smile is what Nick says, and that's when he saw Vince. Because all this wasn't scripted, by the way. They weren't planning for them to come out. You could tell Cena was like, really? Like, I felt like he was uncomfortable in a way. But because his body language was just odd though. Like he wasn't like going for the crowd, Cena. He just felt more like, this wasn't part of the script.
I don't think he wanted that one. I think he wanted more like, all right, cool. And that's why, like, if you look at the end, he's like, I gave my heart, I gave my everything to you guys. And like the narrative changed instead of the bullshit and the booze. It was more like, you know what, we respect you, dude. I'll admit it. I was clapping, watching this, and after I see him like literally grab his heart and say, I gave my heart, I gave everything. I was like, you know what, man, thank you for what you did for this business, for this industry. And then seeing Triple H, and I heard the booze, and then you kind of like saw him like, I don't want to take this, I don't want to do this. When so Punk was like, dude, just do it. We love you. Do it. You deserve this moment more than anyone here.
But I don't think I think it was just like for him to be kind of uncomfortable though. I don't
think so too.
Yeah, I just don't think that, and I also think that the whole Triple H. So let me put it this way.
Well, first he did the one corner, they cheered. Second corner, cheered louder. Then he goes back to that corner, goes to this corner. Then Triple H comes up, and the cheers go to boos real quick.
Well, the thing I was gonna bring up is this. Notice that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes kneel down
on one knee.
But the guy who doesn't kneel down is Triple H, Mr. Big Ego, Mr. I gotta be on every commercial, on every poster, on every segment, big segment like this one. It seemed like he wanted to kind of still take the spotlight. He wants to make sure.
I felt that too. I did feel that one.
And then that's why the crowd reacted too. Like boo. And notice when he did give the hug, he laughed because I feel like he knew he knew that the crowd didn't like him. He knew he felt that energy. I just feel like he still wants to be a part. Like his ego's still there. His ego can't let one person shine. Why can't he be on his fucking one knee? Bowing down. I just don't get it sometimes with this guy. You know why he does it, right? You know why he really has to be on every commercial, every poster, every segment. He did an Unreal to really just show himself doing all the work in his mind. Because he wants to make sure that when you think of WWE now, you think of only of Triple H. He wants to take the spotlight away to make sure that anytime you think of WWE, you have to think about Triple H. You think about Triple H. Triple H is a poster boy. It's kind of big ego, to my opinion. But I mean, let's see
a couple things. Did you see Cena smile when he saw the Vince in the tribute video? Yes, I did. I saw that part. If I was Tony the Kid, if I was WWE, I'd bring back the authority and have Gunther be your enforcer for Triple H. Abuse this heat they got going.
We're gonna talk about that in a bit. Yeah.
It finally hit Cena like, oh snap, I'm really gone now. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it hit him, like it wasn't coming, like it finally dawned on him, dude.
I think it hit him though when he was leaving, like when he was on the entrance.
When he got the belt, like it started sinking in. So yeah, he started saying the goodbye. He started saying he got the sweet little moment with Stu, where Stu was like, "Hey John, ready?" Let's go to work. However, John put the camera back a little bit too soon, but yeah, that was that part. But it's like you saw like Cena go from like as they were saying his entrance and he was in the entrance and you heard the crowds here and you could see him like holding back so much tears. Like, I love you guys. Thank you.
I think he was, but I think towards
And then-
the end, it only hit to me. It seemed like it hit him more once he was leaving. Like that's when he realized, like, yeah, this is the last time. Once he took off his,
Sweatbands
Yeah.
and everything.
and I know you were kind of mad because he didn't take out the jocks.
Yep.
Yeah, you were like, damn it.
Wish it would have
Why the hell? Yeah. Why
Wish I
the
saw them tidy whities, you know.
damn it?
You heard that one guy though, right?
Which one? Oh, yeah.
Leave the jorts. I'm like, dude, no. We know. Keep the jorts.
I felt like
Walk away.
I felt
I
like
thought he was gonna have like, you know what I thought he was gonna have? I thought he was gonna have like when he first started, the pumps,
Mhm.
the pump kits. I thought he was gonna have those for this last match.
I don't know what happened to those. I guess he just didn't want them.
That's because Tony the Kid just said he wanted Skechers. But
Was it Skechers?
no, it was
Oh.
another company.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
But
hold on, back to a couple more comments because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments. People forget Triple H was one of the most hated villains. He really was. Nick, so the fans made it about Triple H when they needed to be about Cena. True as they did. Excuse me. I think it's TKO can. I think it's so TKO can make bad decisions and blame Triple H for it. He's the guy that takes all the heat for everything. I actually do agree with Nick on that one.
I don't think this was a TKO though.
No. I think TKO is just like we make the bad decision, but you're gonna take the heat. Triple H is just like on payroll saying, okay,
so they booked the matches.
more than likely.
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
I think they just give it, and Triple H is just the guy that has to
So-
say, take it.
I don't think so because why would we have Unreal? They did not show TKO in charge of none of that. It was all Triple H. That's the thing. TKO recommends stuff, but Triple H is the one really doing the bad booking. Well, let me put a point in case for you guys. R-Truth, Triple H fired him. Nick Khan brought him back. That kind of actually hit Triple H's ego because notice that they wanted TKO, which is Nick Khan, wanted to push R-Truth. So that's why they gave him the Ron's killing when they brought him back.
I still haven't done nothing with
And
Khan with that
that's
character.
my point. The ego, like, well, yeah, we'll push him for a bit. Back to Ron Cena. And I felt like that was one of the biggest disappointment of the year. I don't think Triple H is look, I don't give Triple H all the bad credit, but he is in charge of this stuff. He's in charge of booking. It's been known. That's why we have Unreal. That's why we see him in charge of this table. He's the one that says the final thing. He's the one that pushed the Cena's heel run. It wasn't The Rock. We saw it on Real that even The Rock's like, it wasn't my idea. like it was his idea. I wanted to put Cody Rhodes, but this guy wanted John Cena. I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I really do think he knows how to build for the moment. He knows how to get you. Brock returning. He got us. Cena's heel run. He got us. Ron coming out as the masked man. Wasn't he the masked man too? At some point?
Ron Cena?
No, Ron R-Truth when he came back.
Oh.
Yeah, the shock factor. He came back, like I said, it's all the shock factor. He knows how to build for the moments, but he doesn't know how to build off from that. He doesn't know how to good continuous storyline.
Well, let's put it. What about if you're looking at it like this, okay? So let's do a couple more comments. Why them Skechers? A lot of freaks out there who wanted his jorts off.
I mean, SG3 was texting me like, damn it, why didn't he take his shorts off?
Yeah,
I'm like, SG3, calm the fuck down, bro.
Yeah, bro, of course. Totally.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, of course.
Sick
Totally.
bastard.
You're the one who's talking about it, but yeah, it was me. Okay.
Yeah, man, you know what? I got the
Dennis,
text message, man.
Prove it. Go ahead. Pull up the
Man,
text.
We're about
Yeah,
to,
you can't.
we're-
Okay,
we're
cool.
about to go,
I
Vince.
fucking thought so.
We're
Show
about
me
to go.
receipts. Show me receipts. Show me receipts. You cannot. Cool.
We got
okay.
we got
Cena
Vince
used to-
Jr.
No, didn't Cena used to wrestle in Jays? Cena did. Yeah, Cena actually used to wrestle in Jays. Also used to do the pump. I think it was Jordan Force used to wrestle in.
You're the one noticed. I'm just messing with you, bro. All right, go keep going.
Calm your ass down. Remember, Triple H is the face of WWE as Dana White is the face of UFC. They're doing the same style. It's another one. Just like you are, Tony the Kid.
I can
So-
see SG3 asking for
Who was to
this
say that
George.
that TKO wasn't the one that cut Ron because of pay cuts? I
What
can
was
see
that?
it. Who was to say that TKO wasn't the one that cut Ron because of pay cuts?
I don't know, dude. I think, but in the end, they did say that. I think it wasn't it R-Truth's son did say that he was let go from Triple H. That's the thing. It's too much. There's too much issues with this guy, dude. It's
And then last one, 2 more comments, but they could have worked you on Unreal. I do see that though. Last one, I can see SJ3 asking for them George, but yeah, y'all two were the one asking for the George. I never
bro.
did.
We got
I'm just saying.
2 for 1.
Like I said, show me the text. I'll wait. Oh, you can't.
all
Cool.
right.
All right.
Yes, Vince
Triple
Jr.
H, I rule this damn business anyway. So Triple H has nothing to do with cuts. It's all TKO. That's true, dude. WWE is no longer on their own payroll. TKO has payroll. They've had it for like a long time now. That's why they're even saying WWE contracts are now UFC contracts.
Okay, let me go back to both of you guys. When they first got bought out, by TKO.
Mm-hmm.
What did the guy who's running TKO? I forgot his name. It's not Nick Khan.
No, it's Emmanuel something.
Emmanuel, whatever. What did he say?
Go ahead and share it. I dare you to, motherfucker.
With crazy people chanting "We want bits." Well, we'll talk about that too. What did he say though? What did the guy say when he had Vicento next to his ass, the one with the mustache, the Vince with the mustache? He said we had to have Vince on board because we need that creative guy who knows how to do these creative bookings. Because Vince was supposed to be the booker, but when those lawsuit hits, he was no longer it. Who got promoted?
He was still in the heat with the lawsuits while they bought him.
Yes, while they bought him, but they got rid of him right after. But who promoted him afterwards?
They were already talking about Triple H with it.
That's why they gave him the rights to book. So who has the final say?
And at this point, okay, let's put it as an employee, you're giving cards, right? These are what we want. And you're giving this.
So you're telling me that Dana White listens to TKO instead of himself to book what he knows how to do MMA. I don't buy that bullshit. I'm sorry.
So 2 of the things which you saw were people who chanting "We want Vince."
That's another thing.
Another one was "Fuck you, Hunter."
No. It was also "Fuck you, Baldy."
That's another one. Vince is the one who sold it to TKO. We're in this mess thanks to Vince.
Look, they were gonna get sold. It was Vince's planning. Doesn't matter where we're gonna end up. This we got to make the best of it.
It was either this or Saudi since the sale happened.
Could have been Disney.
Disney, I think, backed out after they saw Saudi come in.
Who knows?
Because it was TKO. It was TKO, and then all of a sudden Disney kind of hit, and then it was like TKO up their offer. They're like, all right, cool, we're gonna just step away, and then went from there.
So the whole, I heard we want Vince and all that. Look, I like Vince booking storyline. Well, look, if it was Vince, man, I'm gonna tell you this: if it was Vince booking the retirement tour, I think he would have done what's best and had Cena passed out, lost, and instead of coming out, all these guys by the end of the night and doing the whole thing, I think he would have let Cena take off his stuff and maybe his jorts.
That's all you do. You're the one keep talking about it.
Okay,
so that's your fantasy. Let us know, please. We here all want to know.
Well, you're Vince Jr., so I figured you would know more. But look, regardless, he would have had him take off his gear, left out, give a good hand, and guess what? We would have had John Cena come out on Monday Night Raw, just like Shawn Michaels,
Ric Flair.
just like Ric Flair, and give his final goodbye to everybody and send them off in the sunset. Does that not sound like a Vince retirement to you? We had these already. My point is that I think he is a little bit better when it comes to retirement. So far, we have 2 retirements from Hunter. We can't look, despite how we feel with Bill Goldberg, it still wasn't all of Goldberg's fault. I also feel like they did nothing to promote his final retirement, really.
Remember, he needed 7 months.
Well, not even that, bro. It just didn't felt like anything good. There was no storylines once again. that's the issue. We have already two, and we had a couple from Vince. I feel like Vince just knew how to give a proper send off. And that doesn't mean, though, I want Vince back because there was a lot of shit that he was giving out during his last run in WWE. So, hell no, I do not want him back. But when it came to retirement, so far, Vince has the upper hand. I don't think we really
But also,
disagree.
the Austin coming back and facing Kevin Owens was under Vince.
As a hardcore fan, I didn't like it. But I don't think there's that many people complained about that as much as
I don't remember anyone complaining about Rock versus Austin 3.
Yeah, but at the time, no one knew they were retiring. Both of them actually, because that was when Rock was done with wrestling.
Even Rock said after the match, "You see me hug him." What I said to him was, "Thank you, I needed this," and walks away.
But they didn't announce it beforehand. They never announced that they were retiring and going away, both of them. Because after that, Rock was done with wrestling. He only came for appearance, and Stone Cold wasn't announced his retirement until afterwards, where he said, "I'm done." So,
and then he came back as a general manager, as the enforcer, as a.
But I mean, at the time, he was pretty much done with wrestling. That's what I'm saying, though. That was an official retirement match.
Dude, I think it was because I remember JR actually saying, "Could this be the last time?" Like they were saying, like they were hinting at it.
They were hinting because Austin went to the hospital the night before because he took too much caffeine. So he says, he probably took caffeine, but he also drank. So he went to the hospital, and I think he was already expressing how he's probably going to be done that night, like in wrestling. So they kind of knew there was hints, but it was never an official, like, this is your last match. Because if you remember, none of those promos said that until the night of. So my point is, it wasn't his last match. And I don't think he planned it because he also said in his, like, it wasn't planned. It was just due to health issues during the time. So I don't know. Well, let's read some more comments real quick.
We got one that says, "Nope. Yeah. Nope. Dana runs the show as Triple H is now running WWE the way he sees it fit. Let's be honest, Triple H is on the hot seat." Nick, I despise Vince. He has no creative juices left. They have been squeezed out. Vince would have fired Gunther, LA Knight, and Carmelo Hayes and would have given us Brock versus Roman for the 17th time. Who wants to see that?
I think he liked Gunther, though. He liked LA Knight. He did like Gunther. He gave him that long title run.
Twice.
He would have fired Carmelo Hayes, unfortunately. Yeah.
You knew, and then you knew Austin and Rock has so much creative control when they came back. Triple H needs to step it up because ESPN deal is not going the way they thought. Controversy creates cash.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Chop up with Tony Kid. Bring back Eric Bischoff. That might work, especially on Raw.
That might work, especially on Raw. Hey, I mean, at this point, what you got to lose? Can't get any worse than this. Bray, bring in Vince Russo too while you're at it.
Oh God, not him.
Who else? Put in Paul Heyman back in creative. Look, at this point, take a shot. Try it out. You just never know.
Are they going to do anything for the next 2 weeks? Or don't they normally give people time off during this time?
Well, I think they're planning to come back on January 5th.
Yeah, because they're talking about 3 weeks. Yeah, because it's like right now they're going to do Friday for SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's coming up again for Saturday Night Main Event until the 24th. There is no pay-per-view coming up.
It's their off season, technically.
So yeah, technically right now is their Christmas with the family and do what you have to do with your family and just a bunch of reruns.
Jim Cornette.
I like Vince Russo, Hall of Fame 2026. Please, for the love of God.
Why not? Hey, I would love to see him back in some sort of form in WWE. Why not just give him the Hall of Fame? Look, he was a writer. I mean, he was in WCW, and now they bought WCW, and he was a big part of it during their crash. Why not? Why not?
It was both.
So look, we had the Backlash. We did have Triple H give a little post-show press conference. Wasn't heavily received. He got fingered by the crowd, and his response was like, "We have so many Bloodline fans," and they had to say, "Well, I don't think it's that fingers." And Triple H was like, "Oh, yeah." I felt like I felt like Triple H didn't think they were gonna say that. He wanted to make the joke and sit down, but instead it backfired on him. And then we had the boo, F you Baldy,
F you Hunter,
F you Hunter, A-Dub, which was
by
shocking.
The fans has not been said in many years.
I don't think we ever really heard AEW on WWE program at all.
Yeah, we have multiple times. A lot of wrestlers have brought up AEW multiple times, and
I'll-
fans have said AEW
But
after that.
but as right now though, like
But
been
that's
a
what I'm
long
saying.
time.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a long time since we heard it.
But like my point is though, like for a while we were bashing AEW, and all of a sudden they brought up. Now I'm not saying they did this to really, say we're gonna go watch the other program, because I doubt it.
A lot of fans actually started like expressing a lot of heat in the comment section of WWE and saying that they're done with WWE. They're going to AEW now.
So we'll see, because in that case, Tony Khan's on a whole hot streak because the Jags won. They had a banger of a collusion on Saturday night with the Continental champs, running through the tournaments. I saw some of it. I didn't really watch the whole thing because obviously I was watching main event, but it was pretty good. Right now, he's happy. He had free advertisement on WWE program. And he probably watched the shit for shits and giggles, and he probably thought this shit's whack. What else we got here?
Couple more comments. Vince Russo Hall of Fame 2026. Nick says, yes, bro. Bring back Vince, bro. Bro is the greatest, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Tony Khan sitting back thinking we got him. And what are his show's ratings? I love
I don't really like referring to a lot of memes, but maybe some of you guys watch The Simpsons, and you ever watch the episode where Homer does the grill? And then,
what the hell is that?
well, the one I was like, the part I was referring was when he says, "That's a mighty fine grill."
Why does the man look like that?
Well, he's looking at Sting's retirement tour, Triple H.
Oh,
And then he's like, "Why does mine not look like that?" And he's looking at Cena's retirement tour. Look, in the end, even Tony Khan got your ass. We cannot say that Sting's retirement tour was not that great. They built it for weeks and months when he knew he was going to retire, and no one's complaining. So Tony Khan has one up, and that's hard to say. For all the shit that this man's done, he still has one up on Triple H when it comes to retirement tours. And Triple H did throw a couple of phrases here, and he says, well, putting the man over is what's best for business. Or he just say something similar to that. Maybe someone has a quote out there, but he gave that phrase where it sounded
multiple
heelish.
times.
Yeah, where he said it sounded heelish. So as Nick was saying earlier, this should be the start, and I think it was
Tony the Kid who said
Tony the Kid as well. This should be the start of a heel era. So I do not want to see the Authority, because if I remember correctly, we had 30 fucking minutes promos of the Authority, and they were boring as hell. I want to see the new era, the Are You Ready era, where Triple H is finally the heel. He's the Vince. But the thing is, Triple H needs to swallow his fucking ego.
He's not going to.
And have himself get humiliated. Because the one thing we loved about Vince being the heel is that he was willing to get his ass out there and humiliate himself weekly, and we fucking ate it up because it was funny. And there was a lot of segments, and that's why it worked. You could be the heel and beat up people, but it's not going to go over so much. You have to get humiliated. You have to make fun of. You have to have the heroes go over. One of the guys that could be your heroes is the guy that the fans are chanting, and the one that looks like he's always in the doghouse, and that is L.A. Knight. Yeah. That could be your anti-hero. That could be your Austin. That could be your Rock. Why not? That's a perfect guy right there. That guy could have the feel-good WrestleMania moment and finally capture the big one. There's so much potential here. You have so much heat. But my thing is, you think they're going to make something out of this?
Nope.
Or they're just going to drop the ball in 2026?
Drop
Look, 2025 has been an average year. 2024 was a lot better. 2026, you could bounce from this. You got to start a heel era. You have to, if Triple H wants to be in every fucking poster and every commercial, fine. It's time for you to turn heel. Time for you to go Vince. It's time for you to get out there.
That's expensive. You have to go Mega Vince. You have to go Mega Vince. You have to outdo Vince. Mine is all the sex scandals. Mine is that. But like, you have to outdo Vince. I get it. You can't physically wrestle.
That's the issue. I can't.
But I was saying though, like, You can get destroyed on the mic. You know what? You hold back. Don't shut your ass up. You got chewed out. Cool. You got chewed out. Eat your pride. Here comes your enforcer to beat up this person. Walk away. You start that way because at this point you can't do what Vince did, but you can improvise on it. So I feel like if you want to do the heel run, now's the time. And you're right. Have him do like a mega Vince, but without sex scandals and everything else, and without him getting beat up. You have your goons for that. So you fuck it. You want to do Alpha Academy because they're getting beat up like no damn tomorrow? Make them heels. Otis has been a heel. We didn't like him for a while because he has no future. Tozawa, bright little future. Then same thing with him. You gave them Maxine Dupree. She went ahead and she's now going forward and doing what she's got to do best on her own. These two guys are just there. Cool. You make them your goons, just like when they had the Authority, when they had Jamie Noble and the other dude.
Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury.
Yeah.
Now you do this with these two. Cool. If you have your one enforcer comes in for a little bit, blah, 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 whatever, and you see the fact your goons are getting beat up, now you're bringing goons there. Now you're bringing somebody else. This could be a good way to really kick off WWE into 2026 and actually have them score for that home run right off the bat.
Yep.
Let me go for a couple more things, though. Yep, keep Stephanie as the face like Deborah. Man, this could be good. 24 for my ratings con. Yeah. At this point, LA Knight stands for all losing, always a night. Thanks, Bruce Pritchard, you son of a bitch.
I agree with that comment. Oh God, this should be LA's Night redemption arc. Really push them because, like, we all know as fans, we're not. So let's put it this way: before we go to the next one, Triple H knows the smarts marks. I'm gonna tell you this: on Saturday, I'm gonna say this. I think he lost a lot of the hardcore fans. And I'm going to tell you why. That Pulse conference where they booed him, who shows up for those? The hardcore fans. Some casuals, but dude, the hardcore fans like me, like you, we're all going to be there.
Or they're going to stay back and watch it.
Yeah, we're going to be there and we're going to see it no matter what. Or we're going to be at home and watching it. You lost us. All right? So a way for you to, like, give a little dab, like, hey, you know what? I hear you guys. Finally push LA Knight. Finally give us what we want and start pushing them against him as a heel figure. Kind of say, like, yeah, we're keeping you down, but, you know, now's your redemption arc. But because in the end, it's like, say what you want about Vince, but he always, in the end, did cave in. I mean, like, yeah, in his later years, he was getting pretty bad, but he did give us fucking Bryan Danielson winning WrestleMania 30, probably one of the best WrestleManias during that time. That feel-good moment. And at the time, they didn't want him to be the main eventer, but Vince did listen to the fans in the end. He did cave. That's the thing. I don't think Triple H has yet given us that, really. Like, he's done, but it's always been half-ass. Like, he did.
The only one he gave us was 40.
Yeah, but that was already.
39 he gave us. 40 he gave us. Because Cody came back at 38.
But 39, wasn't Vince still in charge? Yeah.
Yeah, so then 40 was Triple H, and he gave us that.
But that's the thing. He gave us something that Vince had to build for him to finish off, which shouldn't have been that hard. But now that he has the ball alone, he does not finish anything well. He doesn't start it. Doesn't know how to start the fire, doesn't know how to try to get into the middle of it, and doesn't know how to blow it out the right way. What else we got?
A couple comments. Hayes. Tony the Kid said, BTB with Nick, I don't know who you are, but you got good ideas. Chop it up with Tony the Kid. We could book better pro wrestling. Bring back the new H Street Posse to get beat on for Triple H. That's what I'm saying. You can.
I think it's Joey Gas that owns a car dealership. So you gotta find him whatever car dealership he's selling cars.
You remember what they did backstage when the YX6 debuted? They shot Chad Gable. We need to see Triple H get his treatment on TV.
See, that's the thing too. You remember that crazy angle, but what happened afterwards? You saw Chad Gable come back, but he didn't remember much. They feuded, but then what happened to the YX6? They're okay, but they haven't. It's lackluster. Once again.
You have them. I told you should have had them do cinematic matches a couple times before you put them on in the ring like that.
Okay, but yet we're still here, and yet they're still horrible. That's my whole point. It's just like, dude, there's just what has okay. So John Cena was a megastar.
Yeah,
We could all agree. He was in movies. He was in everywhere. Make a Wish. He was well known. He's probably well known universally wide now.
mhm.
We could all agree with that. All right. Before that, you could say with The Rock, probably Austin too, and then before that, Hulk Hogan. Okay. So wrestling in the time period, we had our big giants. Now we're in this era. Who do you feel that's even there at this point? A Triple H guy. It's hard. Look, Roman Reigns. It's more of a Vince, and we could give him Triple H, right?
It's Vince, dude. That was a Vince guy.
But even then, are we gonna say Roman's at the level of Cena? Do you feel that? I feel like he's his own right a legend, but I'm sorry. I love Roman Reigns. I don't think he's at that level of John Cena. I don't think he's at the level of The Rock. He's not at the level of Austin, but he's close. But I don't think he has the mic skills like they do. He has the look, but not the mic skills, man.
The charisma.
The charisma. I mean, he gets over, but it's just not all there. It's not the aura. Those guys had the fucking beyond aura. So that's the issue right now. Is who's your next guy? Is it Austin Theory tonight that got unveiled to be the Masked Man?
The ball lesson three.
Is it him? Do you think he has the potential? I think he does.
But again, though, that's a Vince guy.
That's a Vince guy.
The only one I can tell you that's gonna be that's a Triple H guy is Braun Breaker, because he came from NXT.
And do you think they'll do the right thing and push him to the top? I'm putting out hope. And it's not me bashing Triple H. It's me wanting him to get back to the ball. That way we could all enjoy this shit once again, like we did before. So that's what I fear the most. When Cena retires, who's the next guy up?
Cena already retired, so who's gonna come up next?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Who's the next man up? So who do you guys think? Comments.
Couple of comments. John Cena was number 2 to Hogan. Yes.
Man, I don't know, but that's debatable. But I don't want to go through that debate tonight. We'll say that for another day.
We can save it for the next 2 weeks because we're not gonna really talk about much like that. We can have a holiday special.
Well, we always got wrestling news.
But I'm saying though, we can be like a holiday special.
Yeah.
You guys agree with Ariel Helwani, who, when he says screw traditions, we don't always need the guy leaving to put over younger talent and lose on his way out.
I mean, we said it before. We had retirements where the legend did go over. Taker, Austin, Ric Flair, Dory Funk, Terry Funk. What's his name? I forgot.
Definitely not McFoley.
Mick Foley did in TNA. His last match, he did go over, actually. It was a tag team match. That was his last official match, and he did go over. And he was the most giving guy in wrestling. It's just Sting. And the thing is, some of these matches, we didn't complain. I mean, dude, sometimes if it's a feel-good moment, no one's going to complain. I get it. It's supposed to be the tradition, but I also think it's bullshit. I also think it depends on the situation, man. I think if Cena would have won, I don't think many people would have complained. But had Cena's passed out, I still don't think anyone would have complained. I just think the whole way he did it. And if it was his idea, I feel like Triple H should have just stepped in and said, nah, we can't just do that, dude. Just pass out, please, you know? And I think Cena would have just went with it.
Did you notice what they did, though?
What?
Notice for the last few years they've been doing whenever someone passes out, it's just been the one time and then just ring the bell. This is the first time in many years I've seen them go back to the traditional 3. Like where they lifted their arm up and it's like, yeah.
I don't know. I've always seen the 2 and then
No, it's been 1 for like a really long time because who someone else passed out. I forgot who passed out. They just lifted the arm. All right, cool. Look, he did 1. It's over. I'm like, I was even confused because I think we were doing this. I'm like, why did he just pass out? I'm like, shouldn't it be 3?
I remember only seeing 3 for the last couple of times. I mean,
I've always seen just 1, but what in the 90s it was 3, and then it became the 1. Then on Saturday Night Main Event it was the 3.
I think it only is 1 depending how unconscious he is. Yeah, because I always seen 3 recently even. I mean, I remember, yeah, that's the thing. I remember a lot of matches going to 3 hands, and
In
that's
the
it.
past, I remember, but not recently. So that's one. Two, Roman is not. He's this day and age Batista, just with better Jays. Agree with that. Austin Theory looked like he escaped a psychiatric hospital. Yes. Dominic is the man up. Dom and Logan.
Um,
Dom is more Vince though.
nah, I give Dom Triple H because Triple H did build him up a little bit better than Vince did, because Vince had him as Rey Mysterio's son that looked like a kid still. And then when he entered Judgment Day, I think Triple H took over more of that role and let him roll with that. So I did give Triple H more of that credit than Logan Paul. Man, Logan Paul is Logan Paul.
I'm surprised we saw him on Raw.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting more invested into the whole thing. I mean, this is his basically career at this point. He doesn't want to do anything else. So Dom, Braun,
Gun, one of those guys is next. Gun?
look, I don't think.
Gun? Which gun?
I don't know. I don't think that we have anybody stepping up at this point, man. I don't think anyone's ever going to be on John Cena's level in a long time. I don't think so. They want to push Seth Rollins, and I love Seth. I think
He's
Seth
too
is a
old,
good
man.
wrestlers, but he's not the guy, man. They tried. Gunther's not the guy either, man.
No, it's because he's saying Gun Gunther.
Oh, Gunther, yeah.
Why don't you just say that, you jackass? Vince Russo called Logan Star an absolute freaking star, bro.
Vince Russo called Hogan.
Logan Paul an absolute freaking star, bro.
He has potential. He's a good heel. I'm not gonna lie. He does. What does he put?
I think it's like a dab.
But yeah, look, my point is, and this is not going well. It's not going well at all for WWE.
I think that at the end of the year, so on the last show of the year for us for the 2025, we should have an overall grade. So let's go back. Let's do our homework for the next 2 weeks. So the last Monday of the year, we'll go ahead and talk about what we've thought of so far of WWE 2025 and grade it completely.
Well, not just WWE, wrestling as a whole.
Well, AEW, everyone's gonna get a separate grade.
Yeah.
But what do we think so far of them? Like, what's their grade overall at the end?
How could WWE make 2026 better, starting with the Rumble? I don't know, man. When the Rumble's at Saudi, how can you make it any better?
The Saudi one's already bad enough.
It's not that the Saudis are bad. Some of them been good. The issue is nobody wants to see the women all look alike.
It's not just that, but it's again though, like I said, first it's the start time. Because we realized ourselves, it's like, oh shit, there's gonna be an early start time. It's like a what, 2?
Mm-hmm.
That's already 1. Also, you know what? I think if you want to start making 2026 better, stop being so fucking predictable. Stop being so damn predictable, dude. We can see a lot of angles coming from a mile away.
Well, so here's the thing. It's not that also we don't see the angles, it's that there's no good storylines with these angles. Because I mean, take tonight. We knew it was Theory, but the way it was presented seemed lackluster. It could have been, you could have prolonged it, and you should have. Every time you have a good angle, you blow it. You blow your load quick, I guess you could say.
That's true.
And it's been awful. And then, or you do it right, but you don't know how to follow it up. That's the thing. Triple H has just been known to do like the oh my god moments, but he has nothing else left.
He's just in it for the viral moment,
which he's good at, and I'm gonna give him credit. He's good at the shock factor. But after that, there's no storyline. There's nothing, no results of it.
He's 2020 to 2022 Tony Khan.
2020 to 2022. Tony Khan was on a roll back then. What are you talking about, man? He's 2023 to 24 Tony Khan maybe, but that he was on a roll. My man was on a roll, man. Hey, don't knock Khan because he brought in so many good wrestlers to AEW during that time. But he's more of a 23 to 24. What are the comments we got?
Snap 2025 grade, nice. Sami Zayn wins the Rumble. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's already predicted he's gonna win.
But is he though?
I feel like he is.
Yeah, it's on Saudi. But
and
you
then
build it up.
Tony the Kid says, "Nah, Roman wins Rumble." But how do you build up something that you already know?
Dude, Vince did it sometimes. Like, you're not gonna tell me back then things were not predictable, but we found a way to work. We found a way to get invested. It's not the point that it's predictable. Because yes, the internet today sucks.
Does suck.
But at the same time, back in the day, we still had it. We still knew as marks, we knew what was gonna happen. But the way it happened still got us invested. You know, there's a again, good storyline does help. But if you don't put a good storyline out there, I'm sorry, it's just never gonna work. Like we'll see Sammy for a couple of weeks win some matches, but nothing really builds off, man. And then all of a sudden he wins the Rumble. It's kind of like
Well,
Jey
you
Uso.
don't have a lot of time with this now, because if you think about it, they're stopping for the next, unless he starts winning this Friday, and then has to win because the Rumble is at the end of January.
But that's the thing. Long book storytelling should have happened in December, but they didn't do anything.
They're too focused on the Cena thing.
But that's the thing is that they just don't know how to focus on everybody. They only focus on one big thing and forget about everything else until the very last minute. Let's speak about another thing. Jey Uso was on camera that night, and the man was drunk off his mind. There's a reason why I feel like they put him back in the tag team division because they don't longer see this guy as being the face of WWE. Because look, it was really bad when I forgot what's her name, the announcer woman said, yeah, said, hey, you can't cuss. You could be emotional, but you can't cuss. She was laughing it off, but Jay was so gone. And she was trying to help him, like, can you give us a yeet? And this man does not even yeet. And I'm just like, bro, there's a reason why you're not the main event right now. They put you back at tag team. You're screwing it up once again. I mean, look, it's okay to be a little bit, but don't put yourself on fucking TV. Or if you knew you were going to be on at some point in the interview, why get yourself toxicated? You're a fucking role model, you know? You're supposed to be a role model. I mean, imagine if Cena back in the day did this shit. We would have all crapped on him.
Hell, we crapped on Hardy for how many years and we still do?
I mean, that's the thing. I don't think Jeff Hardy still loved by the fans, but we do give him shit. But because we love the guy. And the thing for me, it's the same thing with Jay right now. I think he reminds me now that I think about it, Jeff Hardy in a way, but not as bad.
No,
not as bad. But okay, let's see.
3 more comments. Who put gum in Theory's hair for them to cut it? For them to cut off? That's dumb. Braun beats Punk on January 5th. Roman wins main event of WrestleMania Night 1. Yep. But let's face it, Goldberg beating Brock in a 1 minute may have been unpredictable, but was it the right move?
You know, but here's the thing. If you remember that time period, I remember this it's like yesterday. They did build up Goldberg coming back. They have him cut a promo on Raw, and it was pretty good. And it's been a while since we saw Goldberg return. They had him cut promos, they had him build up, and they had Lesnar's side with Paul Heyman cut promos as well. It was a good back and forth exchange. And it looked like Brock was going to dominate, and he didn't. He got squashed, and we were shocked. And so I'm gonna have to just I'm gonna have to just say that was great during the time period. I thought that was a well-built storyline because I remember it. They had Goldberg return, cut a couple of promos. Paul Heyman did the same thing. It was a good storyline. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, if it was bad to you, that's on you, but I could, if you give me a side, I could see it too,
Okay. Night 2, Cody versus Gunther. Gunther wins. Cody takes a break and comes back as a heel.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. New t-shirt. DUIJ Uso. Run that ish back. Jay was faded. He can't control himself anymore. Jay is fed up with the direction and just can't no more. I don't think it's the direction, dude. I just think it's him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think it's him.
I think, but wasn't Jay the one that got DUI or was it Jimmy? Because I know
Jay.
I want to say it was Jimmy. Because I think Jimmy was the one that Naomi was even on the video. TMZ. Jimmy's the one that's I think it was Naomi that was on that video where they got pulled over. I might be wrong. It's been quite a while. But they look like they have some alcohol problems. Because I don't know. What's your opinion of that? You thought he was fair enough to be, though he was not on TV that night?
Nah, it's still your job, motherfucker. Like, understand. Okay, if you go to a Christmas party for your job, right? Are you gonna get wasted?
No,
Why?
because you don't want to look bad on your boss.
Okay, cool. Same fucking thing applies here, dude. Like,
It
you
was
you say it.
it was sad that the the, the guy the person holding the mic had to tell him, "Hey, you can't cuss, but you could be emotional. Just finish off with the yeet." And he couldn't even yeet. He
That's
messed that up.
and I mean he did the same thing with Punk.
What Punk?
Yeah, the match.
Oh, the match. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why it's like at this point, it's just like if he has an alcohol problem, cool, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you should know like if you're gonna be on, drink after.
Or drink moderate.
No. If you because a lot of people once they start, they can't stop. So at this point, it's like, hey, you're gonna be on like you should have a little piece or whatever. Hey, dude, prepare to be on camera at X amount of time. Cool. You drink your pop, whatever, your coffee, whatever. Do your yeets with the fans, whatever. Then after it's done, cool, man. You know what? Y'all ain't gonna bring me back.
Hey.
No, cool. I'm gonna just chug it up all night.
What if he had a real American beer on him? He was cutting a little promo. Or what
He
if
was
he
saying,
had,
brother,
what if he had the Rocks tequila?
Terramana.
Yeah, I hear that's some good shit. Him and Cody were chopping it up, you know?
Only one I know for sure has drinking has been Tony the Kid. Tony the Kid, your review on Terramana, please. He said it's sad. It's an insult to the Undertaker. Bro couldn't wrestle past 5 minutes. Bro out here roasting Cena sneakers and saying, I don't believe you are retiring. Embarrassment.
That see, and I don't want to go much in depth with that, but that is what he fucking said, which was just stupid. See, that's the thing, is that it's just
Well,
so
when you're under the sauce, you're not thinking right. And he was heavily influenced. So at this point, it's like, you're not, dude. You're the reason why you're in the tag team division again is not because your whole movement is just utter shit. It's due to the fact that you can't carry anything aside from a stupid yeet.
look.
Your promos suck.
Imagine if Triple H was like, "Damn, we're giving heavy heat. Jay, go in the camera and cut us a fucking viral moment so you can take off the heat on me." So they had him do the whole promo, knowing that he's gonna say something stupid. It's like, yeah, good enough. He's taking the heat off me.
Both Jay and Jimmy has gotten a DUI. Jay has been pissed since they took the title away from him. It's all temper tantrum. He's had this way before the title was taken from him, bro.
But I did see a report that someone did say that it's a legit tantrum, not like what happened on Raw, but he did had one at some point. And you do Rakishi's podcast. You do realize Rakishi comments all the time about these issues so in a way though, that's your dad. Do you not think that he doesn't talk to his sons? And do you not think his sons express their,
Frustrations.
yeah. So do you not kind of think that maybe that is somewhat true? That they think they're entitled to this. I'm not saying that this is the case, but this could be an issue where they think they're entitled to this because they're the Samoans, and to them to get intoxicated on live TV. And that's not on Jimmy, because we didn't see Jimmy drink like, maybe he was too, who knows, but he was on camera. But they did not push him to be main event. Jey Uso, that's why they put him to the tag team. But as a guy who's been in the main event to get promoted to the tag team division, how would you feel?
At this point, though, you have to ask yourself, why?
But good question. That's the thing, though. Do you think that some people do that?
No, of course not. Because they're gonna blame the top guy. Like, the top guy's trying to bring me down, man.
Well, we're gonna tell my dad so he can complain on the podcast.
Your dad, who decided to get Rampage Jackson's intoxicated ass son to almost kill somebody.
Good point.
Good job, kid.
Good point on that.
Good job, kid. Yeah, you're doing fantastic for yourself. Even better. I'm sure if Cena saw that, he would have been disappointed. Like, this is the guy I had put over at the Rumble.
That's the thing. Cena gave you the nod. I don't think Cena cares because he's out. I really don't think he gives two fucks anymore. But if he was still in the business, I really do think, he would have done. Yeah, it would have been bad.
That's one. Terramana is smooth and that'll get tipsy and not giving a crap of you saying.
Well, you must have had the rocks
Yeah, I don't understand
fucking
what the last
vodka
part what he said, but yeah, we'll go with that,
crap of
bro.
you saying. Yeah,
And not
man.
giving a crap of you saying. Yeah, okay. Bro, Jay has been on a downfall ever since, and it's starting to peak. On Saturday was a perfect example of Jay taking a break.
Well, he's in the tag team division. We did see him wrestle tonight against the New Day. So they're going to get that push. They're probably going to win the tag titles.
Again.
Now, if they win the tag titles, is anyone happy? I'm being honest. Like, would you be happy?
I don't care if they win or not.
They'll win, but it's like, that's it. We don't really have much going for them at this point. We got nope in the comments, which,
Yeah, we
yeah.
wouldn't be happy.
There's so much. See, that's the thing, dude. In one night, we had so much backlash for a night that was supposed to be remembered at Cena's final match, the final time we're gonna see. And we did get emotional. I did get emotional towards the end when he was leaving. Like you did too.
I cried basically almost from the moment he started the match to the end when he tapped. I bawled my eyes out. Dude, when he got into the ramp and did the salute, gave the bow, I bawled my eyes out.
We did have the emotional feeling, but the issue is we just had also a big mix of emotion with the match itself. That's what I'm saying. Look, I get it. If you guys see it that it was the right decision, cool. That is your opinion. I get it. And I'm not going to disagree with that. But have you guys not seen the biggest like battle between people about a retirement match in a long time? I don't remember any retirement match being this bad. The last one was Angle versus Baron Corbin. But I think majority of the fans said that was just stupid. That's the thing. It's just like this is the most divided that we ever got in quite a while, where it shouldn't have been this way.
But I think this is going to create cash, though.
I feel like it could create cash. I don't think so, man.
Dude, it could. Controversy does create cash, so it could be because I mean a lot of people are watching Raw today.
Well, let me tell you something. Then, if that's the case, Cena's heel run, what did it create after that?
Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's any. Look, we have ideas, but that's our ideas. In the end, it's up to whoever's running the ball, I guess, to keep going forward. But as we know, we've been disappointed throughout the whole year so far. So I don't have much faith on storylines after this with this outcome.
So here's what last 3 comments. I cried when he came out, laughed when he tapped, then cried when he cried looking at Vince McMahon's tribute video.
I like that. I like the Vince tribute, despite how we feel about him. I mean, in the end,
Cena has never changed his opinion on that, and he said, "I'm not looking at Vince that. I'm looking at Vince, the guy who gave John Cena a chance to live his dream." That's what he's always seen him as. Tony the Kid, chop it up because sour feeling because of all the drama, because of drama all over. The match was great. The tap out made sense. The before and after the match stuff sucked. Well, Cena had limited dates. Gunther is here to stay.
So yeah, I agree with something like I don't know. It's like at this point, man, I just don't. I don't know. This has been probably one of the worst Saturday night's main events in quite a while. I feel like it's just so divided. I don't understand. It should have never been this divided. Did you talk about what
Triple H on the post show? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, well, we also said what the fans said. AEW. That's the thing. I thought it was the best
Saturday night main event since they brought it back.
Wait, look, the undercard wasn't bad except for the first one. Except for the first match. Those 2 other ones were great. The match itself, the tap out though, and all that, that's still.
So you see, it's your report as well. We reported on this. Said time-wise of the match, of the matches leading to Cena's match wasn't enough for all 3 before the Cena match. They said they should have made it a little bit longer.
They should have had a 3-hour special, but had a couple of matches. Like put young talent in there, show off their talent, build it up. it's kind of like the Sting's retirement match where they build up everything. They kind of hyped it up because remember we saw banger after banger after banger, and then we saw the main event, and we were
Which was a
happy with the whole
banger.
show.
Vince has a special place in his place for John Cena in his closet. We all heard the collections of names he had. Because of the wrestling and controversy, it was entertaining. Like,
I don't. I was gonna make a comment about the George. Yeah, I'm done with that. All right, let's keep going. Because of the wrestling, we said that right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I kid, and then he put in a laugh. Oh yeah, and I bet he is shortless.
I'm sorry, bro. It's just a gimmick I already had planned to give you the rub. Look, man, but
Like I
look,
said, prove the text. You can't. Prove. And you're the one that keeps bringing it up for reasons.
Look,
so
man,
you're the one that wanted it.
I'm gonna tell ChatGPT to make it look real. That's scary though. That's scary though. Like one day we could get to that point.
AI spin that shit.
But,
make us go viral. Fuck it.
All right, so look, all right, so let's just get back to we saw this. You know, on one side we got the right thing, the other side is that it's just very divided, very controversial, and you guys do have a point. This could make money for them, but as we've seen in the past this year, now that we're nearing towards the end of 2025, they kind of dropped the ball several times. So how confident, SG3, how confident are you that they would move forward? We did see some glimpse tonight with Gunther, especially him giving that "you can't see me" to AJ Styles. It did get me like, okay, well, yeah, let's do it. Let's see. How confident are you?
For the last Raw of 2025, meh.
But I'm saying with the whole Gunther
That's
run.
okay. Gunther run. I've always loved Gunther from day one. I loved him. I want to go see him at a house show and here at Allstate Arena with my girl and her kids. And I said, professional wrestling wise, he should not do the shit he does at his height and his weight, but he makes it look like a fucking art form. I've always said that about Gunther, and he still continues it to this day. He has not changed that. And I feel that he can, with the heat, still keep running forward. And we haven't seen someone get this much heat since Dom did what Dom did. And I feel like Dom was playful heat. This one is real heat. Gunther has ball in his hand right now to literally run all 2026 with I made him tap. Get your fucking t-shirts, get your fucking hats, whatever. You want to one day troll the fans with Kevin Owens did with Stone Cold, do the fucking theme, the wave and everything. You thought that tonight just with the "you can't see me" was the start of it? No, excuse me, the end of it? No, that'd be the start of it. Before the Royal Rumble, hey guys, you know what? Put it out there. Like, Cena came back in the middle of a promo. Fuck it, whatever. Miz did it. Dom did it. Let's go ahead. Rage bait the fans more. Dude, right now you have literally so much fire. Keep adding charcoal to that motherfucker. Keep adding wood to it. Let that fire burn like the Springfield tire fire from The Simpsons that never gets turned off. Let this thing just run.
So that was like a 7?
Nah, I would honestly put it like I would honestly put it like confident wise. I feel like Gunther could actually do this as a 9. Because heel wise, he knows how to work and he knows how. And dude, he doesn't have to cheat. He doesn't do the whole cheating gimmick like where it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a buddy over here, come and help me. Anything like that's not. He's not part of a stable. It's just him. Even when he was a stable, it was just him.
It's not the fact of Gunther. It's more of the fact of the storyline going forward.
But that's what I'm saying though. He has that capability to just run it. It's the guy.
It's not the guy always not going to be the superstar. It's the guy who's going to give him the time.
And I hope Triple H does the right thing there.
So that's what I'm saying.
Couple things. I heard they cut Oba's match short because he has a busted eardrum. I've heard he busted his face, not his eardrum.
Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
It looked like his eardrum.
It looked like his eardrum, but they also said that he escaped a piece of his ear. That's one.
How's that his face?
I don't know, whatever. The worst thing they can do is let Gunther go on vacate like Roman, get Gunther back, and that's what I'm saying. You have right now the literally the fucking charcoal to light this fire up. Bring him back on TV, have him cut a quick ass promo, let him get booed like no damn tomorrow. Just say, I made Cena tap.
But if you
Just keep running with it. I made him tap. I made him to just fucking shirts all over, man.
But you could overdo it too. There's a point where if you overdo it, you bored the people. That's what I'm saying. You got to follow it up with the next man up.
So I see you there. Yeah. But it's like let that slogan, I made him tap, be for the next guy as well. So your next guy, fucking Randy Orton, make him because let him get buried a little bit. You made him tap, or some random no show from NXT. You made him tap.
I'm be real, dude. I don't really see Gunther going forward with the storyline with any suitable opponent. Everybody's kind of invested in storylines right now. If you think about it, who's what? LA Knight. There's then the next guy he's gonna defeat. Like, think about it though. Like, you could brag the storyline, but at some point, people are just gonna get kind of like, "Oh, this is good," into
too common. Let the fire burn like CM Punk's theme. While we're at it, can he tap out John Henry too?
Yeah, I see that. Hey, that could be his next opponent. That would actually be a good come up at that point. You know, storyline makes sense in a way since they brought him out at Saturday night's main event. Real quick, I forgot about this. I just want to get your guys' quick opinion. Nick Khan in their interview recently, so when they were asked about Rey Mysterio, he said he was great, you know, but when he was asked, he said, like, he's great and all, you know, but before WWE, he was basically a nobody. But when he went to WWE, he became somebody.
How the fuck? That man's out of his damn mind. He's drunk as hell too, like Jay Uso.
Well, that's what he said, and it sparked up a lot of controversy. Obviously, I think everybody in here could disagree because Ray was really big in WCW. Like,
when he came over, they were happy because he was from WCW.
So, yes, they took off his mask. DUI Nick Khan, run that.
Run it back.
Yeah, honestly, dude. I mean, we all knew who Rey Mysterio was before going to WWE. I knew who he was. I knew him as the Giant Killer when he was already beating up all those giants without his mask and all. When he beat up Kevin Nash, when he beat up or the Giant, sorry. Mm-hmm. He was well over. He had that great matches on the cruiserweight division. For Nick Khan to say some dumb shit like that, look. But then again, Nick Khan is not a wrestling historian. I feel like he never watched anything of WCW in his fucking life. Probably like a couple of matches and main event, and then he called it quits. But I thought it was a pretty fucking stupid comment. Unmasked Ray
was unhinged.
Dude, if you watch his promos when he was unmasked, they were fucking gold. Mm-hmm. He was good. But it was like something when he put the mask back on. It became shit. like he couldn't cut a promo. But when he had the unmasked, he was kind of like a heelish Ray. And dude, it worked. It kind of reminds me of Dom right now.
Yeah.
But when he put the mask back on, it was kind of like, oh God, this is boring. I didn't like Ray as a promo guy. It just never did. I love.
Never really cut a lot of promos actually when he came back to WWE.
Because they had him.
WWE, yeah, he stopped cutting promos
because they wanted him as the like good guy type for the kids, and he just doesn't know how to do that, man. No. That man is a natural heel. Where do you think his fucking Dom Mysterio got it from?
Nick pretends to know wrestling con.
Yeah, that man don't know shit.
Nah.
Look, overall, a lot of controversy happened. I don't know. Let's just see what happens next couple of weeks. I know we're gonna get a lot of news coming in. I don't think this is gonna be the last we hear about this stuff.
No.
Now, was
Ray the only guy who was faced his entire run in WWE? Until this year, John Cena was also too.
That's a good question.
Ray never was heel. Ray has never been heel in WWE.
You know, it's funny. Cena became kind of close to turning heel when he took off Ray's belt when he won it. he kind of squashed Ray, and it kind of was heelish too how he did it during the
I
match.
forgot Cena was heel, and yeah, Cena was heel at first.
The Dogonomics, but Ray wasn't though.
Ray has never been heel, no.
That I know of, I don't think Ray's ever been healed at all.
Dogonomics, yeah, no, but no, Ray has never been heel.
That's
Ray since
interesting.
he first came in, never has been healed, never had like a heelish type promo or anything.
But you know,
And it's funny how no one's ever asked for him to be heel. That's the funny part.
I don't think him as a heel, it would have worked. It just the thing is though, so it would have worked. The issue is marketing. Vince wanted Ray and wanted Ray for a reason to sell merchandise. Because why? He had a mask. So here's the thing: when you lose your mask
Luchador.
at the luchador, you could never had it returned back. So he went and plead his case, saying, I'm not wrestling as Rey Mysterio
Junior.
Jr. I'm wrestling as Rey Mysterio, so I could get my mask back. Somehow he won. He got his mask back. Otherwise, Vince didn't want no piece of him at all without the mask. So he would never have joined WWE if it wasn't for his mask.
Yep.
And since then, Vince saw the marketing and said, this man sells. This man sells well to the kids, you know, the Hispanic kids, even the American kids, everybody. So there was a market for him. There's still a market for him. He's still one of the biggest guys in the promotions, really. See, here's the thing with Nick Khan, at least during the interview, he did say that Vince never really believed in Ray, but I see him because he's great as marketing. Because even Nick Khan admit that motherfucker can sell merchandise.
He really can.
Yeah. So I don't know. For me personally, I think he would have worked as a heel, and I think it would have been badass because he could be a heel that beats you up on the air. I think that, dude, when he was in WCW, he was basically doing that to a lot of these like giants, and it was awesome. So it could have worked, but marketing wise, once again, it just never made sense for him, unfortunately. So we'll never get that. I highly doubt it. We're gonna get that. Imagine that, bro. Imagine that. In Ray's final run, we have him come out with Dom. They're all celebrating, and he low blows them just like Cena, and he sells his soul to not The Rock but Triple H. History repeats itself, you know. And instead of Travis Scott, who do we have?
You get fucking MGK.
Nah, we get Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Oh shit! But Ray,
And you
what?
think they're turning him heel? No. And Vince saw nothing in Cena nor Austin. LOL. But Ray would get cheered. Nah, we get Drake. Good Lord have mercy.
Dude, they had Drake in one of these fucking PLEs, and
They
they
did.
They didn't want to even shout him out. No one likes Drake at this point. Poor Drake.
Kendrick killed him.
Alrighty, guys. Look, we're gonna sign off, but it was nice chatting with you. Till next time, same place. Like, subscribe.
Get the notification bell. We'll see y'all next week.
One more comment before we leave, guys.
They're making an announcement with Drake this Friday. Good
Not
Lord
Jesus
have mercy.
Christ. Oh yeah.